Welcome to Beyond Time on Glastonbury Radio 432 and Out Beyond on YouTube. This is your host, Ejeka Tezcalipoca. Today, we will travel into the future, out in the multiverse. First, we'll take a breath. We'll breathe in this moment of psychic healing, pulling in the brilliance of the white light into your whole body, all the way down as you breathe in. Down to your feet, and as you exhale, you feel the relaxation of your body coming about. You breathe in, and you see the bright gold light coming in and healing your body as you exhale. All the thoughts of yesterday are gone. Breathing in slowly and exhaling loud. And all those pains and aches that you might have, also upon exhaling, we let them go. Out into the ethers, out into what some people call nowhere, out into infinity, out beyond time, time in which you live, time in which you exist, time which would you call is. All, let it go. And with it, travel with the stars. Out into infinity, into the darkness that changes into various colors and different frequencies, passing through nebulas. No time, just passing. Just a phase of light you are as you travel through a period in this session of existence. In so doing, we travel looking for the future. Everyone wants to know, where is the future? How do we see the future? Out into the darkness of the no time zone, we travel. And we look around us and we see the vastness of all existence. Existence that once was. Yes, this is the future. This already happened, and that too. As you can see the light coming toward you. But it takes time. How long? Many of our lifetimes before many of it and much of it got here. That's how slow light travels. And we talk about time, and we're worried about time, and space around you is taking its time because it operates on no time or its time. In truth, what I am saying is there is no time. We make time. So go into your timeless space your timeless space. That space where there is no time. That you yourself go out into the universe, out into the multiverse. The multiverse is the other dimensions that exist, that which you see with your eyes closed sometimes, and sometimes with them open. And you know it isn't in your physical existence, but you know that it is. Yes, it is. You're not imagining anything. It's real, but it's another dimension. In that time, in that dimension, in that space, in that reality is where we see the future. People say, it's in your head. Well, we see it, and we see it inside our head, we think. When we close our eyes, we think we're looking inside our head. We're not seeing with our eyes. We're seeing with our extrasensory perception. That perspective is an extra, meaning another one that is beyond what we're normally accustomed to. So we're looking into the future, into what will happen tomorrow or the next day. Let yourself see. And the see is based on many things. It's based on the waves, and the waves that you put into it, on the conscience that you put into it, and the will that you put into it, and the goals that you put into it. Yes, your future is based on everything that's happening today, and every emotion and conscience and existence that is molding the tomorrow, which is based on everything in the surrounding of that particular place that you want to see the future. The future could be seen out in space. It could be seen here on Earth. Let us move. Let us move forward. Let us look into our future, out in the quietness and vastness of space, where I might not even say quietness, because you can hear the music, you can hear the vibrations, the twinkling, this shifting of different, what you would call physical entities, or light entities, or wave entities, or sound entities. You can hear them, you can see them, you can touch them. You can put your hand through it, and it's there. Will it burn you? Well, it's interesting. People think that everything that is light is hot, but there's light that's cold. So I'm not going to say that it will all burn. I will say one thing though. You'll travel through it as it travels through you, because there's so much space that the closer you get, the more you realize the wider everything is around you, because you're just traveling beyond time in mid-space and asking yourself, where am I going? That's your desire. You're going where you desire, where your unconscious state has conclusively decided that your conscious state and your physical state desire to go. That's where you go. That's what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow brings what your desire is. Yes. Will it bring it all at once? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, depending on how strong the desire the practicality, the reality of all the characters involved are at the time of your request. And then this is how the future can be seen. Sometimes we'll see it and it will come a day late, a dollar short, maybe a year late, but you'll see it. Sometimes it will come to you and let you know that something is going to happen, or did happen, because it happened in a different time, as you would say, period. Because we operate, everything's operating simultaneously, different parallels, different dimensions. We're not the only ones moving here. No. Look at your screen. Look at how many brothers and sister stars we have. And you're not even a star, but yet you are. Because you're a light that fell from the sky into this body to materialize itself. Upon materializing, you created a form and decided you want to put the thought form into a physical reality. And so you are, and you're learning the limitations of that physical reality that you chose. There are other physical realities that are much more encompassing than yours, and active, and, as you would say, powerful. But powerful means nothing. It only means that there's more energy there. So you decide, where would you like to be? And if you did, if you were there, who would you affect? How would you react? What would you create? What would you destroy? See, we all have the availability in this multi-level creation of our existence, to create all at once or one at a time, a part here, a part there, or as you would say, multitask. Yes, such can do our ability to create. Where would you like to go? So when you think of tomorrow, think of, where would you like to go? How would you like it to be? What would you like and what would you not like to be? All those things you would not like to be, it's your time to exclude them and let the light shine of your true self, of your will, of what it is to be like the stars, to be free, to travel each and every one their own destination, to zoom by, or slowly just take your time. There's no rush. Everyone has their own particular goal. They're all going to get there at a different time, which matters not. What matters is your goal. Where are you going? And why? And who's promoting it? Are you or someone else? Let it go. Let yourself learn who you are. You know what's right and what's wrong. We all know. We were born that way. We knew when we were treated wrong, and therefore we knew what's right and what's wrong. We're no different than water and fire. We have all the elements inside of us, all the understanding, all the availability to continue to communicate with our brothers, sisters up there, which we call the stars. Yes, they pass us down the answers. The answers to everything. That too. Stop and think about it. All the answers are out there, waiting for you to open the door and ask the question, or make the call. Do your ancestors, do what you say, the floating thoughts, where did those thoughts come from? From another brother in another stellar region, maybe of a different color, maybe not even looking human, or sister, or maybe another relative of some form. But nonetheless, we're talking about life in a different form. It's okay. Relax. Now that you know that you have this capability, relax and look into your body. Look at it in its hollow state, transparent, and look at the spots that ache. Look at the locations in which there's something that is out of balance. Allow it to go. Send it out. Inhale and exhale and let it go out. Into the ethers, into the white light, beyond the white light, into the pink light, beyond the pink light, beyond the violet light, out into infinity, so it could readjust itself, so it could rebuild itself. Anything negative, anything that you have is negative, pain or something's created by a negative thought, which in turn is converted into physical existence. We can let it go. You can let it go. If you like, do so. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And you will see yourself now relaxed. Relaxed with no singular or multiple feeling of anything that hinders you. Let the problems go. They're not yours. They're somebody else's. If you have an answer to give them an answer. You've done your part. It's up to them to do the work. If they ask, how do I do it? You can answer. But don't spend your whole time on it. You have a life to live too. You have traveling to do. You have space to enjoy, even in your own planet, within the trees and the mountains and the seas and the valleys and the canyons and the rains and the showers and the storms and the soft fog and the floating snow. There's so much. The beautiful flowers and hummingbirds that feed on them. There's so much for you to enjoy here on your mother's bosom. She set you here to enjoy life softly. Yes. And we move forward into the universe together. realizing there's more space than we ever considered. If such is the case, why aren't we pursuing that path so we could go ahead and have more babies if you want? Put them on another planet. It is said we have more than 1 million, and that's not even a round number, that's just a minimal amount. 1 million other planets that we could live on. And here we're fighting for a little bit of land. While around us we have much land that isn't even used because we don't know how, or we're afraid we'll use it up. Or are we using it up? If we work together in peace, we'll learn how to fly to another planet or how to repair our own. But we have to work together and not be fighting, because that only causes us to lose our energy, to lose our strength, to lose our time. Time, we say? Time because we operate on time here in this world, created by man. Time which man rushes to wake up, rushes to go to sleep, rushes to this, to do this, that, and the other, not fully understanding that he is a prisoner of his time that he's created, instead of enjoying, feeling one another, feeling the honest feeling of your brother and sister, your family, and all others around you. To realize how fortunate you are to be here with the abilities to walk and make with your hands, to see with your eyes and use your imagination and bringing it all together into fruition and create something physical that you can actually see with the unseen eye. It's time to stop wasting our time. And that's why we say, travel into no time space, go beyond time, and see what could be done. Here, yes. Bring those ideas back home and begin to formulate it. And remember, in between time, there is no time. In between a minute, a second, a millisecond, or whatever measurement you have, there's still another space in there that's much smaller. And if you multiply that by all the dots that you can print on your screen or whatever capabilities you have, there's still spaces in between that print. And that is space. That is the amount that is much larger that you see out there that is not reflecting light, the backdrop. We call it the veil, of which without we would not see the light, because you need a black backdrop to see a white one, right? So such is positive and negative energy. There's going to be negative energy always, and it's there for a reason. It's in people's conscience because they have to learn, and the positive ones have to learn and recognize. Anywhere you go, you're going to see positive and negative energy, explosive, implosive, finite and infinite, loud and quiet, smooth and rough. opposites always exist everywhere. So where do you travel then? Are you trying to get rid of negative energies? No, you're trying to get them out of your bodies, out of your own life, so you can walk. So you can walk to where there's more light, to where you could physically see other people who are bright with light, who think positive. But you have to get rid of all the negative ones. You're not going to hurt anyone by getting rid of them. I don't mean just getting rid of their lives. I'm saying like disassociating yourself with them, being on your way. It's time to go. Why do you waste your time with negative energy? If you want to do something positive, you have to get the negative away so you can have more time to do your positive. Because the negative pulls away by giving you time. You need to be where there is no time. And time means that there's less diversions. Maybe now you understand what I'm trying to say here. In order to move forward, you need space. Not a wall, space. And we create walls. Walls called time, called limits, called programs, called dictations, called this is how you do it. This is how you act. We don't need to act. We just need to be. We don't need to do it one way. There's multiple ways to do everything. There's multiple ways of healing. There's multiple ways of making money. There's multiple ways of dressing. There's multiple ways of walking. There's multiple ways of dancing. There's multiple ways of having your own thoughts, whatever they are. But why are we limiting ourselves? Why are we saying this is the only way? There is no only way. And why is it that in space everything looks so spacious? Like, it's not often we see an explosion, is it? Because there's enough space for everyone. But here everybody's crashing into one another. Why? Because the conscience part of our being is asleep. It's time to wake it up and get it to realize that there is no time, that we need to go beyond time in order to solve all of our problems. And beyond time, we're going to find that there is many different levels of existence and understandings, and others who are there to assist us, to communicate with us, to give us ideas of how to resolve anything and everything, what you might call ancestors, what you might call other people from other entities, from other planets or stars, what you may call in this world what they call aliens. Aliens is a word of limitation, a word of preventing yourself from realizing that you just have another brother. Hello. That's an addition. It's a plus. All you need to do is communicate and learn what's on the other side of that mountain, where this person came from, or what's on the star over there. You need to all work together instead of alienating yourself. You're the alien. You're the one separating yourself from your own food, from your own need, from your own brothers, your own sisters that you haven't seen in many lives. They're waiting. They're waiting to hear from you. What happened to all the great scientists that had questions like, what's up there? Like, let's see if we could communicate to them. Like, maybe they have some ideas we don't. Not only that, what's in there, in our own selves? What are the alternative capabilities of being able to communicate, which may be with that of what some of you call the mind? We don't look at it that way. It's thought. Let your thoughts seek out and receive other thoughts. Let them blend together. And watch and see how everything's floating and everything has a purpose. Just like every atom has a purpose, every molecule, every cell, every microbe, every organism. Everything has its own life and what it has to do. And it looks out every element. It looks out from where it is, and everything around it is space. And here, we as human beings are so closed in that we're dependent solely on our eyeballs to see, that we forgot what it's like to feel, that we forgot that there are other colors that we can see, like the auras. We could see other people's auras, that we put our minds to it. We can feel other people and how they are, and we put our senses to it. I'm not going to say our minds because it's not all in your brain. It's all part of you. You are a ball of energy that radiates energy, receives energy, converts energy, understands energy, and emits energy. Energy of healing, or it could be energy of destruction. But why would you want to do that? If you want to grow, you don't grow by destroying. You grow by asking for help to make things work in the positive sense. And the more help you get, the further you go. So let us travel through this no-time space and keep on going into the future, and ask ourselves, what would we like to see? Where would we like to be tomorrow? And which of the other neighboring spiral existences out there? And visit some of our brothers, and why not? Are we going to need something physical to get there? Most likely not, because all the physical disintegrates. We need to use other energies. The energies that we already have, that we're made up of. And that's what the pictorial you're seeing here is. It's showing to you the difference between the microscopic and the macroscopic. It's showing to you how everything big and small is all the same. How its characteristics depend on the waves, whether they're clouds, whether it's water, but the waves around them that make them move. And you are within those waves, and you can move with the waves. Some waves are faster than others. Like one, for example. Thought is faster than light. Now there's one you can talk to a scientist about, and you'll say, well, we haven't measured thought yet. Well, actually, we have. because it's already proven that if you have a small, let's say, if you have an element that you can measure in a vacuum tube, and if you look at it, the element structures will move the atoms and everything a certain way. And if you walk away, they'll move different. You have a camera right on it, an electron microscope or whatever you need to do, and you'll see it. A wave receiver, you'll see the changes. Yes. And those changes are simple proof that the thought of when you're there versus when you're not there is different. To give you proof, scientific proof, it's been done with DNA to see what happens. And when there's negative energy around, the DNA, it kind of forms into a circle, so it doesn't reproduce. But when there's positive, it opens up like a ladder, and then it divides itself, and that's the way it multiplies. Like one piece of the ladder, one rung, how would I say, one of the poles goes one way, one goes another way, creating in the middle a new pole for each piece that's pulling out, and the rungs are going with it. So DNA multiplies under positive energy. What does that say? If you want to multiply, if you want to know where the positive energy is, go see where things are multiplying. Wow. In our society, it's looked upon the opposite, isn't it? It's okay. We're learning every day. That's only one of many researches that have been done. They're healers that use energy to heal. And they heal. And you didn't know they did it. And sometimes the person that's healed doesn't know that they were healed. That's okay. Isn't it? Wouldn't you want to be healed if somebody could heal you? And they didn't tell you, and all of a sudden one day you felt good and you don't know why or what happened? Wouldn't you appreciate that? So, we're transforming here. As we always are and always have been. We're always in a constant state of transformation. That's called change. That's called, in my original language, in Nahuatl, that's called Olim, movement. Movement is the only thing that's constant. Everything's always moving. Even if it looks still, in its microscopic sense, it's changing. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. So, we move forward again every day, in everything, in every way, in all directions, expanding. And people say, well, if we expand, then that means that soon we'll be so far away from everything, there'll be nothing but space. And we'll hit a wall somewhere. Well, it hasn't happened yet. Only the, I guess I will call them, the limited theorists that say there has to be a beginning and an end. How could you say that there's an end if you know that out there there's no time? And if there's no time, you can't measure it. Because time is relative to you. the man that is. And man is so small compared to the universe that he couldn't put enough numbers out there in his little, even in his big computers, to calculate all the measurements that there are in this universe. Man has a big ego he's trying to satisfy. He's wasting his time, his precious time, where he could use that ego to take care of his humanity. Take them out of war, keep them in peace, feed them all. Educate them so that we can all work together on these questions. Yes, there's enough money, there's enough time, there's enough space, there's enough for everyone. All we have to do is decide to do it. And the question I ask is, how much suffering have we to go through before we learn this? Hopefully, they say it's coming soon. Well, I know it will come for some, but will it come for everyone? And the point is not to wait. The point is do something with what you have. Create your own future. Don't let it pass before you. Catch it, convert it, and make it happen. Then you're going to see the surprising changes that you can create from your present universe to something much more accessible to everyone. Different form, different thought perhaps, but spacious nonetheless. That's what's important. Space. Space beyond time. Can we do it? How can we do it? We start at home, and we look at everything we do, and we get rid of everything we don't need, and we start making everything that we do become of importance. Everything that we say, everything that we wear, everything that we imagine. Make it. Let yourself flow. Let your curiosity go. Allow yourself to open up and learn. To learn things that make things better, that make it a peaceful place to live. It makes it so that everyone has what they need. It makes it so that everyone has time to enjoy life. It makes it so that we understand that we're all brothers of a different color, but from the same Mother Earth, in the physical. And from Grandmother Sky, who sends the energy down to these bodies. Grandma's up there sitting down. Okay, are you guys, who wants to go down? Got a long line here. A lot of people want to come down to make a change, they say, or waiting. But don't wait too long. You need to open the door for them so they can come down. Take care of them, treat them right, educate them right, show them what the tools are here so that they can transform and to something physical too. So everything's connected, such as are the flowers to the earth and the sky, so are the tallest trees to the earth and the sky. And so are we, as humans, who cannot fly. Therefore we're bonded to the earth in a way, and the sky. So we can make our own flying equipment, but it's temporary, because we're not birds. It wasn't our choice to become a bird. They have other lessons to learn. So slowly we go, step by step, inch by inch, into the future, into making it a beautiful future, colorful, peaceful, where everybody is curious, eager to enjoy themselves, and treats their brother respectfully, responsibly, with compassion, understanding, and wanting to grow and experience with them, with each other, everyone. Does that look like anyone might be asking too much? Some people like to think, well, this is how the world's been for who knows how long. Well, yes, if you like that, I guess that's okay, right? Well, not here, I say. Not in my life. I refuse to live in an existence that refuses to evolve and better itself. Those people can go ahead up into wherever they live. What's going to happen, the ones that are all negative, is they're going to destroy themselves. You'll see it happen. It's clear and simple. Because for every negative entity that there's another one just waiting to prove itself more powerful than it is. So it's better to look at the positive light. Let us move forward into the positive light, brothers and sisters. Let us move forward. So here you have been listening to Beyond Time at Glastonbury Radio. As we travel into the future, I thank Relaxation Ambient Music by Relaxing Wave Studio. Also, I thank Concordia Consularis for its healing techniques. I can be reached at ehecatezcalipoca@gmail.com. That's EHECATEZCATLIPOCA@gmail.com. And there you can reach me regarding Aztec astrology readings. If you're interested. So much is done. Much is happening. Many of us are moving. Now it's your turn to make your move, to see what you can do to bring purification to the existence of the future. Not for you or me, for those that come behind us, for our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. So they have a place to be able to enjoy the physical existence that they came here to visit. Can we do it? I say yes. I ask you, can we do it? I hear many of your responses, yes, of course. So I say to you, Tlazohcamate y Palemone o Mateo in my original language, which means I thank the earth for its energy as I share it with you and my brothers, bringing the energy into the center from the outside, and all the lessons and everything that needs to be brought in so we can communicate and set it back out into the positive and negative that exists around us, and assist in maintaining balance.